Hello, good afternoon, good morning, lovely humans. Welcome back to Marie-Laure Tarot. If you're here for the first time, what you can expect, it's a beautiful conversation about energies we are currently dealing with, planetary aspects, and how that affects us, big lunations that we have coming in next week or so. So let's dive straight in. I'm just going to burn a bit of my Palo Santo here so we can clean the energies, and then I'm going to start diving into the messages. We have some beautiful cards on the table, I'll have to tell you that. I'm just going to place my little feather here. I found it yesterday, and it's beautiful. Each feather has the meaning as well, and when they show up in your life, they also have a meaning. The meaning of this particular one is, it's very hard to zoom, is the unity of opposites, yin and yang, masculine, feminine, light in the darkness, darkness in the light, and all this beautiful stuff we have that surrounds us, right? So what we have on the table today are very balanced energies between the earth element and water element. The reason why I'm having this conversation is the next full moon that is happening on the 22nd of June. And also it will be in the star sign of Capricorn. But also on the 21st of June, we are entering Cancer season. So we are in the last week of a Gemini energies. What is also quite significant is the summer solstice that is happening on these days as well. So these are actually very, very nice energies, and the cards on the table reflect those. I don't know what is the situation, rather like where you are based, but I can tell you we didn't feel much of summer here in England yet. It's been pretty cold, so let's see, we might get lucky in the next week or so. I do plan to go to the Stonehenge, as I do every year, for the summer solstice, so it would be actually quite nice that we could actually see the sun rising and the sun setting and the moon rising and so on. So let's dive in. I'm going to start with some of the court cards we have on the table. One of the youngest energies is the Page of Cups that we have on the table. This is pure Cancerian energy. It is talking very much about fresh new feeling and emotion coming in, and you getting excited about it and wanting to explore it further. Pages are usually seen as messengers. So there is that theme of a message coming in that will inspire you to take certain action and dig in deeper into what's happening inside. Seven of Cups card that talks about our choices. When you look at the Seven of Cups in a traditional tarot deck, each cup is holding a specific symbol. There is like a butterfly, there is that represents change and transformation, or a snake that represents change and transformation. Quite a lot of smoke now. I love this smell. I love this smell. I wish I could share the smell with you as well. So it's basically very much about where do I invest myself emotionally, and what does it make me feel if I decide to go to that place, show up for that person, go for that event, and so on and so on. Like digging in deeper, but also understanding how our expectations can lead us to illusions. There is that theme of dreaming as well. With those watery energies, and we have quite a few strong water cards on the table that I will be talking about. So just take a moment to understand what is it that you truly want and what is it that your heart and soul desires. Before I move on to the major arcana cards, I will be talking about the Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups energy, two other court cards we have on the table. Knight of Pentacles slow and steady, winning the race, having that approach when going towards a certain goal. When we talk about the Capricorn energy and the full moon that we are happening on the 22nd of June, yeah. Capricorn is all about achievements, about success when it comes to work, when it comes to business, when it comes to projects. We have that theme here, but instead of like rushing into decision situations and so on, you have that awareness of how much you already invested yourself, and that there was that moment of allowing energies to come back your way in a way as well. He seems very stable. It represents that earth element. And then we have that Queen of Cups. So basically, we are talking about the sun being in the sign of Cancer and the moon being in the sign of Capricorn. These two are actually opposite signs. So what that means is like that we need both, and we need to work with both energies in a healthy way. If the Capricorn energy would go to extreme, it would be not looking at the wider picture and not thinking about the consequences, just like really focusing on your goal and getting there no matter what. With the Cancerian energy, if there is too much of that, then we would be oversensitive, over-emotional, overprotective, and so on and so on. So really finding the balance between both. The Queen of Cups is the queen of feeling and emotions. She has that emotional maturity. She's very nurturing towards others, very empathic. It is showing up for others, but also nurturing yourself. There is that theme of creativity and so on and so on. And with the full moon, especially that in June and July, we are having 2 full moons in the same sign of Capricorn. So there is that strong theme of you really seeing the benefits of the decisions you made, steps you've taken, and really that's showing up in your daily life, really. If I would want to give you an example from my journey and how I can apply that on my specific case, like the very first year when I started doing tarot more openly, like with different places and events and talking to people that I don't know and really trying to put tarot out there in my own unique way, I was taking baby steps. I didn't really know. I was going from the heart. I was very passionate about it. I still am. And then I was just trying to find the opportunities and places that would be open to this kind of work. And now, 3 years later, almost like 2.5 years later, like I'm almost in the position that I can choose the events I want to do and how I want to place my work, and really having that place of being in a center and taking a slower approach rather than rushing into decisions, but only because I already know how much invested and because I have certain experience that I've gained along the way. So you can see how you can implement that in your case. And also there is a theme of really doing what you feel excited about, what makes sense for you, what makes you fulfilled, and so on. Another card that came up is the Four of Wands, which is the card from that fire, Swiss fire element. 4 is number of stability, grounding, structure. Four of Wands talks about the happy home inside, happy home within, and happy home without. People you surround yourself with, having that stability and grounding when it comes to that theme of home and place you can call home in that traditional way, or whatever that means for you. We have the 9 of Cups card showing up twice. Alphonse Mucha deck, beautiful illustration. And then Morgan Greer deck. I also love these vibrant colors and representation of the 9 of Cups in this particular deck. In both of these images, you can see the falcon on her shoulder or behind her, which talks about the vision. Where do I feel I want to go next, and how do I want to expand further? This could be in that material sense, it could be spiritually, it could be mentally, emotionally, in every possible way. but understanding that you're in a very good place, in a place of abundance, in a place of security and safety and wealth in a way as well, that you can visualize and you can focus on the next step. At the end of the day, the card that comes after the Nine of Pentacles is the Ten of Pentacles, which is that maximum energy you can get from this physical plane, which does include all of it. Your feelings and emotions, your way of thinking, the action you take, and really seeing how these three blend and make your reality, representing the Pentacle suite of Pentacles. So strong themes of Capricorn with these cards. The last card from the spread I have here, will be, I was talking about is High Priestess. Energy I really like to tune in with, especially when I do this work. Being in touch with your higher self, being in touch with your angels, guides, spirits, however you would like to call them, your gods, in touch with that moon energy, understanding how to work with it and not fear it, finding the strength in being in your center. With both of these cards, there is no action being taken. It's more about showing up from that place of peace and calm and knowing that this is where your power comes from. Because you have opportunities coming your way, and then you decide how you want to deal with them, and then you decide how you want to show up. The last card that we have for today is from my Angels Tarot cards. I haven't used this one in a while, and I was drawn to it. It's an interesting story of how this deck got into my life. I may actually share it with you. You know how to say, and I heard a few times, I think I even talk about it. Before I share the story, if you're still with me, take a moment to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't yet. So during the lockdown, and I can talk about it now, I couldn't talk about it that time. During the lockdown, we had our special place. We were getting together with my musician friends, and we had like every Saturday jam nights. In their place, we just put the blinds down and play the music all night and so on, because this wasn't allowed this time, right? A few weeks later, someone reported the place or whatever happened, but we had a police on the door basically, and my friend who lived there at that time, he had to move out. Before this happened, on one of those nights, there was a piano in the room, and I noticed this tarot deck. And I asked my friend, like, wow, there's the tarot deck there. Like, who does that belong to? And he was like, well, it's yours. It's been waiting for you. And, you know, like in small places, you have people bringing stuff or leaving stuff or taking stuff. It's like very casual, and there is that beautiful energy change. And I was like, wow, you know, it was meant to be. And then just a week after, he had to evacuate the place. He had to take out all the stuff, and I'm so pleased that this particular deck got into my hands. So you see, things come our way in a very different and unexpected ways. Alrighty, so the card we have here today, oh, how appropriate and how synchronized. The moon, talking about the full moon energy. Important psychic insights, events behind the scenes. Release fears that hold you back. This is what the moon energy is talking about. Not fearing the moon, not allowing those energies to block us, not fearing tarot, not fearing those kind of conversations. With the readings that I have out there, quite often I get a reaction of like, oh, I'm scared of that. There is nothing to be scared of if it's used in a right and healthy way. We are not using this tool to manipulate. We are using it to be more empowered, to have clear visions, clear communications, and so on. So I'm going to probably leave you here with that message. Release fears that hold you back. And this is very much what Capricorn is about. And the moon is helping you this time to be the truth to yourself, to your inner self, and express yourself in that way. So happy full moon, angels. Happy Cancer season. Happy birthday to all of those that celebrate. I do have my ascendant in Cancer. So I'm excited to see how that one is going to show up for me as well. And stay tuned. Love to all.